It's mid-2021, and in this day and age, the smartphone market is more saturated than ever, and it's getting harder and harder each and every day to make a decision when planning to buy a phone. Furthermore, as if that isn't hard enough already, the phones have been further subdivided into more niches so as to satisfy the customer with the specific thing that he or she wants from the phone. Amongst these niches, we have gaming phones, which have been increasing day by day and are basically phones with all features, but have been stretched out a little bit so to the extreme so as to give the gamer a great experience. Of course, you can still get a great gaming experience with almost all flagships and most mid-rangers, but with gaming phones, it's sort of different. These are some of the main factors to consider if you want to get yourself a gaming phone and join the group of mobile gamers, which is a big thing today, not like the past. What's up guys, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a nice day. I'm Milan and welcome back to Fuzitech. This is a tech channel, so as you can see from the title, and without further delay, let's get to the video. And I'll be leaving timestamps too for those of you who want to skip to a particular part in the video. Anyways, first off, we start with one of the most obvious ones, the battery capacity, battery life, and in extension, charging speeds. Now, the more you use your phone, the more power it consumes, and the more power consumed, the faster the battery dies. Now, when it comes to gaming, a lot of power is used when you're playing a game now, a lot of power is used. So you must need a large battery capacity for you to run your games without hitches. And also, since gaming phones have really good displays with their higher refresh rates and touch sampling rates, which I'll talk about later, the battery gets drained more. A gaming phone should have at least a minimum battery capacity of 5000 milliamps, hence longer lasting life when playing your games. Now we have to note that with the large batteries of even 7000 milliamps of some phones, it might take longer to fully charge the phone. So better and faster charging speeds are also requirements in picking a gaming phone. This will need a large capacity charger to fulfill your needs. Luckily in 2021, the size of chargers have been increasing, and so that has started to be less of a problem. Speaking of battery, we also have dual battery systems that have started coming up in recent devices, where, for example, let's say a phone's battery size is 6000 milliamps. Now, instead of one large 6000 milliamps battery, we have two 3000 milliamp ones that are put together to make one single 6000 milliamps unit. Both units are charged simultaneously, hence faster speeds when charging. Another factor to consider is the ability of the phone to cool down, so basically you can say cooling. As we said earlier, when playing a game on your phone, most phones, like 90% of them, heat up. High intensity games use up your phone's central processing cores and GPUs, and as a result, the phone gets to heat up after some time when gaming. Of course, it depends with the phone, as cheaper phones will heat up faster since they basically have weaker CPUs. They'll even heat up when doing just basic tasks, scrolling through Twitter or whatever. Now, this heat could become too much that it's uncomfortable for even you to hold your phone, and that's why a gaming phone should have an amazing cooling system. Heating could also mess up your processor and make your game slow, and we all know you can't compete in a game with a slow phone. So gaming phones have come up with amazing cooling systems that should be a factor if you want to choose what gaming phone that you want. A good example is the Red Magic 6 Pro, or just any Red Magic phone since they started releasing them. They always come with fans on the phone, and this year with the Red Magic 6 Pro, it came with the Red Magic Dual Core Controller, which is an added fan. I'm not sure if you buy it or it comes with the package, but it's an added fan which is separate and is supposed to be attached to the phone and connected with the USB cable, and it just keeps the device cool. Immediately when you connect it, it starts rotating and it keeps the device cool. Now, RAM and ROM or storage is also very important on a gaming phone. As a matter of fact, RAM and ROM is always important in picking any type of phone. RAM is described as random access memory, and it's, let's say, a feature to hold data and keeps the background processes running. So with smaller RAM, less background processes run, and I'd say the minimum RAM and ROM should be 6GB and 128GB respectively for a gaming phone. With storage, Heavy games take a lot of space, and with additional files, let's say maps, more space is taken. So you need a larger space, 128 GB and up, so as to accommodate all that, since when the phone is almost full, it must get slower. Also, additional storage will be nice if you are to use a memory card. So a gaming phone may come with a slot for memory card, which you can add additional storage and it will be better. Since it's a gaming smartphone, the display should also be amazing. And when I say display, I include the screen refresh rate, the touch sampling rate, and the resolution. Now looking at resolution, a higher screen resolution, let's say an AMOLED screen with 1440p or a minimum of 1080p is optimum for gaming. Primarily, the games will look better, and as a result, they feel better. They'll also be aesthetically pleasing, and that's what everyone wants. With the refresh rate, phones need higher refresh rates. Higher refresh rates will make the phone to be smoother, and scrolling through the phone, it will feel better. The best refresh rate of phones is currently 60 Hz. That is okay, but this is a gaming phone, so you need to have an edge over other players. So the most basic one for gaming phones, I'd say 90 Hz, but I personally would prefer 120 Hz or more. Touch sampling rate, on the other hand, means how fast the phone will react to your touch on the screen. Now, the higher touch response, the better the experience when gaming. It's just basic knowledge. Now, the most basic for a gaming phone should be at least 240 Hz or 180 Hz. But we have other phones such as the Lenovo Legion Duel 2, which has up to 720 Hz touch sampling rate. So you get the point why it's important. Now, you cannot talk about smartphones without mentioning processors. This is because they receive and execute every command on your phone. With that definition, according to me, it's like the brain of your phone. They just do everything. Now, we have several types of processor chips, such as the Snapdragon, the MediaTek, Apple's Bionic chipset, Samsung's Exynos, and Huawei's Kirin. Those are only off the top of my head. So a good processor or chipset will help your phone in a long way in being a great device. A good example of a great processor is the Snapdragon 800 series, which is the highest end type of processor used for Android flagships, 800 and 700. The best one is currently Snapdragon 888. So if you want a gaming phone, go for the higher end processors and you really like your experience when gaming. Now we are talking about buying a gaming smartphone. So the price is another very important element in this list. Of course, you want a gaming phone with a great processor, a great display, stretched out RAM and ROM, and all this translates to more money. You cannot get a Snapdragon 888 phone at, let's say, $300. They'll be selling the phone at a loss probably. So most gaming smartphones are expensive. It's your mandate to check and the spec to price ratio and pick what's best for you. You can find a gaming phone for like $500, but it won't be comparable to a $800 or $1,000 one. So if you have the money, go for the highest end. But if you are short pocket-wise, I'd advise you to choose wisely from the cheaper options at about $500 or $600. Gaming laptops and PCs have amazing designs with extra stuff with the RGB lights and all that. A gaming phone should be no different just because it's a phone. All gaming phone designs are usually conspicuous and they look very different as compared to other phones. From the Black Sharks to the Nubias, the ROG phones and Lenovo Legion ones, they all look different. My personal preference would be, if I were to have a gaming phone, then looks will be a priority too, a top priority for that matter. Let's say if I'm in a dark room and the RGB light starts at the back of the phone starts lighting up when I'm gaming. Obviously, I'll be satisfied and I'll probably be excited too. Since 4G internet came, the era of video streaming and game streaming began and became more popular as the days went by. We have a lot of streamers on YouTube and Twitch and all other platforms, and since you are streaming, you need a good camera. It's a hassle to get a phone and a different camera, of course. It's better that way, but it's hard work and quite a lot of people can't afford that. So for streamers using gaming phones, which is rare, but I'm pretty sure there are one or two, a good camera that is centrally placed will work at their advantage. Furthermore, it's 2021 and most of us use our phones as cameras. Whether we care about photography or not, we must take a photo even if it's once in a couple of months, and nobody wants a bad photo. I'm pretty sure of that. When gaming, you'll spend a lot of time with the device. If you have an uncomfortable phone, it will suck, obviously. So the design should fit your hand well and will give you a better gaming experience. Other features that are not that important but are useful are the extra buttons at the sides, an extra fan for cooling, and just those third-party features. They should not be major factors, but it's a gaming phone, so if you have the chance of having those extra features, you should just get them. So that is all for today, and so if you wanted to pick a gaming phone and had sort of a difficulty, I hope I made it easier for you. I made a video on the best gaming phones released in 2021, and I leave the link down below and up here I think, if you'd like to watch it. That is all for today, and thanks for your time. I'm Milan and this is Fuzitech. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a sub and a like too for more of them like this. And to the usual subscribers, I'm sorry that I haven't been that active for the past like 3 or 4 weeks. My phone has a persistent issue, and until I get another one, or I fix it, preferably getting another one, you'll have to bear with me, and I'm sorry for that. Anyways, I hope you have a delightful day and see you next time.